And
Oh, Clint, are you recording this?
Yeah, I just took it live.
All right, just went. I saw the live thing. I just wanted to make sure that you were recording.
I made a James H test because I just wanted to see a couple things. And you put, even though there's no end day of the 30th, but you just put that there, and we do a monthly and a straddle and run that. It'll take a little bit, but what will come back, it's using the op value table, it's op value 2 table, and that's actually what I'm working on right now is the values uh, of the other one. What was happening is the C++ program would segfault, um, so it never generate all of the values for the day, and it would do that specifically on a day where it is uh, an expiration, because it would try to count the days to expiration, and if you were on expiration, the contract still shows up there, but if you count, it's 0 days. So then when you try to divide by that, well, C++ doesn't like that. So you get a seg fault, and that's what happens. So I fixed that, and now I'm trying to figure out a way to run that quicker so we can update those quicker. But I have January and February updated in that table, so that's why I changed the month. And whenever it feels like coming back, we'll have that. But you can see all the dates will be propagated, where before they were just a bunch of nulls. Hold on for 1 second. I'll be right back.
Sure.
All right, so now we have some data, and you can see the sum values was the one, and I mean you have data. Pretty much every one of them are filled in.
Okay, because yeah, I think before they weren't.
Yeah, exactly. And that's where that program that fills out that table. See, there's a couple down here that aren't, but I interrupted it later on, so I'm sure that that's the reason. Uh, yeah, yeah. It looks like the ones for March are coming back with null, but the ones that are February come back with a value. So
Okay. The problem was with the data table itself.
yeah, with the table itself. So when you're pulling these up, you'll notice that. But I'm also hopefully as time, hopefully by the end of the day, I'll have a process that's running to propagate that table. And what I found out, now this is a crazy part about when you're dealing with big data. Uh, what I found out so far is that I can get 2 months in about 12 hours uh, of those calculated. So if we expand that out into the 4 months per day, uh, and there's 12 months in a year, so that's 3 days per year. Uh, it'd be about a month before all these are done. When you look at it that way, but the good side of that is that with with using things like MPI, and I don't know how many of you all are C++ programmers, but if you use different parallelization methods, I could probably get that down. I'm trying to get it down to about 3 days. So we'll see how that goes. But in the meantime, there is some good data for you all to look at, about 2 months worth.
Okay.
And then I'll let Don just came in here. I'm going to stop sharing my screen, and then we can somebody else can share theirs, and we can get back to yeah, these are the back test guys. There we go. So I'll let Don take over.
What am I doing?
Well, what do you guys have? Did you make any corrections on your data so far?
Other than what we've shown you, I think, since Friday when we met, was we implemented the CSV portion. And I think whatever you asked or told us to do on Friday, we've done. So whatever that was limited to, I can't remember off the top of my head. But
It was mainly the CSV, I think.
Okay. Yeah, so basically, here, let me show this to Don so he gets an idea. I made a separate copy, and now you can see these values come in.
Oh, okay.
There's almost all, but for January and February, so we can make sure that we can get several data points that line up correctly. And as I fill in that table, there'll be more and more and more available.
Okay.
But at least they have some to look at. So now it's just which of the other fields. And what I think we found out is that a perfect example here. Maybe I will share my screen again, and that way we can. So when we're looking down through here, one that just like stood out right away, it's HLF. The strike is the 70. And if we go over here and we look at the sum of the ask is 1483, we know that bid's wrong. There's no way that that's $3.34. Now some of them are right, but we ran into quite a few that are wrong. Here's another one that's $4.50, but the sum of the ask is $17.20.
okay, so from what we were told to calculate those sums is exactly how we've done it.
Okay.
So any problem with that would have been from where we're calculating the data. So we do it for all of them.
Here's the thing. Can we output each individual bid and each individual ask so we can make sure
What's
that
the
they
date?
line up?
22nd.
Yeah. Well, no, that's the expiration date. The expiration trading day.
What's the day of the analysis? Is that it right there? January 17th?
Yes.
January
January
17th.
17th.
Okay. So I'm going to get and it says the January 17th,
Of 2004.
14?
Yeah.
January 17th, 2014.
Which should have been an expiration.
It's an expiration.
All right, and then GEVA. Gevalia.
Coffee?
Isn't that what it is? No, it's a pharmaceutical. Never mind. It looks like it.
All right. And the stock price,
The close of the stock
96.48. Got
is
that
96. So the strike that they picked was the 95, which is correct.
Yeah.
But
And the ask is correct at 17.20.
yeah. But if we look at the bid prices from the database,
It's 14.80.
it's 1480. So that's why I'm saying, could we output the bids? Because I think maybe there's a something's coming in there incorrectly.
Yeah, if you go right down the next line down, away is the ask is 4.9 and the bid is 26.5, and that's impossible. So, but here's the thing. Here's the good news is the ask is correct.
Mm-hmm.
If I go up on the next one right above it, ecom.
Yeah, that one actually might be right. Did you all? I remember I sent you back that before your presentation on Monday. I said, "Here's a one-line fix." Did you implement that, Clint?
I'm trying to remember back. Did you email that to me, or did you?
Yeah, I emailed it to you, and I sent you a text that just said, "Check your email." I found a.
Okay, let me reference that real quick.
Right there.
It's 50.
Oh, okay. I did not insert that in there.
Yeah, see this version under this James H. test, I already put that in.
Okay.
And that fixes one of the other problems that you all had. I forget which one, but basically you were coming up with
Yes, that's correct.
you were coming up with really far out trades on the. I think all the close prices were just really wild. So that fixed that. It fixed the close prices, but then that bid, there's something else wrong with it. And I didn't go through all the code to find out. But yeah, so the bid is correct, and the ask, or I'm sorry, the ask is correct. Is the bid?
Yeah. The values are.
Well, I know that because we tested. That's from that database, that one that we just did and audited, or I just did.
Well, this would be like, that's like 520,
Yeah.
and this is 9 point.
Yeah, but I mean, what I'm wondering is that one right?
I would think so.
Because if you looked at, I mean, if you looked at 3 and 340, why is that only $1.77?
Well, because it's a bio. Oh, we'll just look. That's what
Okay.
has piled up.
Oh wait. I know that's the one down. That's the one it came back with.
2.3. Those we've audited this thing. We've audited those values right and left.
Oh, then we got another issue. We'll fix that. Are you looking at the 4-year too? Yeah. I mean, on the next one. I'm guessing you are.
This is 2-1.
Go to the chain again, Don. I'm just wondering.
Let's see. Which one we're. Is this what we're looking at? This whole.
Yeah. That whole row all the way up to the comma.
Okay. So I'm going to go up here to HLF. Herbalife. Any of you guys sell Herbalife?
No, I don't even know what that is.
You don't know what it is? Oh my gosh. All right, so Herbalife piled up in the middle. I like that. Oh yeah, because there's this right there.
Yeah. That's
So
correct.
That means
That's
the probability is right, which means that
Volatilities.
the value should be much lower.
What I'm wondering is if the sum of the values is correct.
Oh, it's not.
It's not.
You see the bid?
Yeah.
So it's making the same mistake. Whatever the mistake is on the bid sum, it's making the mistake on the
Sum of the
and
values.
all they're doing is grabbing the wrong option.
Right. Yeah. Here, let's see.
Wait. Dun.
Okay.
Wait.
I'm not going.
What strike am I looking at?
You're
I'm
looking at a
the
70.
and 730.
It should be about almost $7, a little over $7.
1485. But the bid at 342. Just so happens that, all right, so there's that one. Just bringing in to put on the bid.
Hmm. Yep.
All right, let's find that ecom.
Ecom. Here, I'll go to it. Here.
And the value, I'm looking at the 50. That would be. No, that's not it.
Yep. Although that's 9. 930. No, that won't be anything.
We'll figure out this. I gotta find out if that's in the table or not. But I know that
What is that one?
that one, the bid and the ask, is correct, right?
No,
Yeah, the bid's right.
the bid and the ask are correct.
Yeah. But then
But the value.
the value's not. And then this other one, Herbalife,
We did HLF. What was the other one that we looked at?
GM, CR.
GBOT.
Oh no, not that screen.
Yeah.
Copy resumes. Yeah, we did look at that one down there. Okay.
Yeah, see, and there's no way.
Yeah.
10.
10 and 43. Yeah.
Well, I take it back. That could
I mean, it could, but probably not. Let's look
That's
at the
a code.
code. Let's look at some code here.
You guys have done a good job on a really difficult project, and we appreciate it. There's just these little things that are
Kind of a pain to deal with.
finishing things up. Can you just see that real quick? 1065. What are they doing? They are doing the 80. So, or is it 1095?
They're doing
1095, 1065. But then, then they've got
This-
43. It's not. It's 13 versus 10.
Right. And what I was wondering is maybe it's coming in incorrect from the database, which we could check here in just a second. But I want to first find out why they're getting the wrong bid sometimes. So I'm gonna just stay in that directory that I've been messing around with, so I don't mess up any of your stuff. Okay.
What part are you looking for specifically? I can help you get to it.
Where do you pull the bid that you're displaying?
There's a spot in there. If you mean from the SQL query itself is at the very top, but where we actually add it to that array is further on down.
Yeah. What I was looking at is this your entire query?
That's the query that gets the pretty much everything but the FOV4 value, the closing price, and I think the closing price on the expiration date, and potentially something else, but this gets pretty much everything else.
Okay, so here's the thing. There's an upper and a lower, right?
Yes.
Upper, lower, upper strike, upper option ID, lower option ID, upper put ask, upper put bid, lower put ask, lower put bid. Call ask, and the same. Okay, so you determine which one's the closest one down here, right?
Yes.
And one to use. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do just to get an idea. I'm going to go echo query and die because I don't want to type all that.
Yeah.
All right, and then what I think is that you all have a problem in your actual query, but I could be wrong. That's the first thing I thought of when I saw your query. All right, right here to there.
Or the actual PHP code in our logic.
Yeah, the logic looks okay just off of the surface, so I'm going to try this query and see what it comes back with. Forgot to do my trick there. Okay, well, while that's doing, well, I can't really. All right. So let's get to something so we don't do that again. All right. All right, so here we have. I'm going to add some stuff to this because you have the opt contract there. You want to have that query is huge.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, it even looks kind of funny there. There we go. One thing you don't have on here though is the equity ID. I don't think.
We get the
we get
from
those.
above.
Huh?
We don't get the equity ID there.
I know. I'm just saying for me to look at it. I'm gonna just pull it up so I can see it. And I think it's T1 dot ticker and T1 dot. No. Oh yeah. EQ ID. All right. And I'll save that just in case if I'm wrong, but just in case I'm not. Yeah. AFL 43. So pull up AFL.
Same date.
Yeah, and let me make sure that you all are looking at the right date. So we'll just go with this and Yeah, 117.
Data
So right.
or
There's a 65.
So which one would we pick? We would pick, what is it trading at?
Well, they've got the 65 and they got upper.
Yeah, yeah. We need to find out. Is it 65? Well, it's
Yeah.
going to be 65. So
Yeah.
it's going to be the upper.
Listen.
yes.
Yeah, that's correct. 173, 169. That is correct. Lower put ask is 70 and 72. That is correct.
Oh no, that's not correct. That's on the 6250. Oh wait, that is lower.
It
Okay,
is
never
lower.
mind.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then upper call 115, 111.
Okay.
Yeah. Lower call 271, 283. Those are all correct.
Okay. So now we need to do it for something different.
Well, the error was HLF.
Okay. So let's look at HLF. I'm guessing you don't know what their equity ID is.
I have the whole table memorized. Are you kidding?
Oh man. Okay.
But
So
I'm not going to tell you.
yeah.
And you're gonna have to. It'd probably best to put that in like a Notepad plus and then Control F.
Yeah, there's another way we can do this to where it won't be so painful. We'll say if I know you got a ticker around here somewhere.
Yeah, the ticker symbol.
Is that the very top of what the code you're currently looking at? Is
Yeah, but you're all saving that by equity ID. It would be my guess. So when you pop this stuff back in, you're probably doing it by. Oh no, you're just counting. Okay, well, just for my my real quick analysis here.
Didn't that have equity IDs in that thing you were looking at?
yes, we do.
Yeah,
No, but the output, can't you just take that, put it in?
but I'd have to change it throughout every one of these calls. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go T1 dot ticker. So it just saves us time. And then it was HLF. That was incorrect, right?
Yeah.
So if that doesn't actually perform the query though.
You can just do if the data element of the counter or the ticker element equals whatever it is, then echo the query and then die.
Yeah, here row hasn't been reset yet. So what I could do is so that it'll get the previous one. So if row, since we'll still be there, if row row ticker equals HL. That should do it. Hopefully. It should get a ways through and then just stop, is what we're hoping for. I think I put that in caps too, right? That should do it. Well, maybe not.
I think if you go back to where your if statement was, if you change it to the data array, and you do kind of the same thing, but within the data array, it should work.
Instead of row, if you have data, that should
Oh, yeah.
work.
Gotcha.
And then I would change the echo to only be inside the if statement. That way, it's not printing out everything, only what you want.
Let's see if this is HLF.
Can't you do it?
That's going to be everything, because it's outside of the if statement.
But if HLF is there, they should have the equity ID that you can just.
Yeah, exactly. Control F?
Yeah, but
That's more than one query, though.
yeah, it is. Hold on. I know.
You want me to just get into the database and just look it up? It's not that hard.
Okay. Yeah.
I see what you're saying, Clint. The echo should be out within the if. Is that what you were saying, Clint?
Yeah, if you're just trying to print out the one query that you were after rather than all of them.
I want it before it gets into the. I want it to die at the end.
Just trying to get the equity ID, right?
Yeah. No, I'm not. I'm trying to get the whole MySQL statement. So.
I thought you were just trying to get the equity ID.
No.
And then you've already got the query written.
Yeah, but I would have to change everything in there and know all the prices and everything else.
I got it.
So I'm trying to avoid that. I think what I just did should work, but
You're just trying to pull that one query out, right?
well, yeah, just the one, but yeah. So me echoing out everything, it should stop. It should stop at HLF. I see what you're saying. I could put that inside, so I only get one query back, but
Exactly.
yeah. But it shouldn't take that long.
Should I remind them that I want equity? See it?
Okay, here we go.
Right. Awesome.
So
You're no longer screen sharing, FYI.
Yes, you're no longer screen sharing.
oh, okay.
Screen share.
I guess so. Yeah, I gotta figure out where is it at. Oh, huh. Wonder why that happened.
System messages hiccup.
Yeah, see, it's not picking that up. Yeah,
It's not picking what up?
it's not picking up the HLF or whatever we were looking at.
Well, there was more than one that was wrong.
Yeah, here, hold on. Let's go back to this. Stop. Shouldn't be that hard. 8819. Just I'm not exact enough, I guess. So where are you
specifying the two equal signs. Try that one instead. It's not outputting the query. That is really annoying. That's strange. Okay. I guess we're going to have to do it the way I didn't really want to do it. Okay.
Is it just the two of them?
No.
Dave's here too. He's just on mute right now.
Okay.
He was in the library. It's noisy there.
Three eight 819. All right. Okay. Hopefully this will do it. Okay, there we are. So here's the issue. Is that if we pick the 70, which is the lower, and the lower put in the lower ask, you can see how close they are together. 715, 730, 735, 755. But if we look in the spreadsheet that you all output, that's what we get for the sum of the bids.
Okay.
So the logic in the PHP looks correct,
and it looks like the data coming back from the database is correct. So there, even though the logic might look correct, there has to be something wrong with it, because
Yeah, that's the location where it's done for upper and lower. So it's got to be there somewhere.
yeah, and so that's when it's just kind of a pain, but you gotta go through and find out where it's obviously it's changing. It's changing something.
So we've confirmed that the data is being pulled correctly from the query.
From the database, yeah.
And the...
You know what? I would just say, I mean, this is the way I early on I said, print out everything so that I can see it, because I'll be able to tell you whether it's right or wrong just by looking at it. I've done this for 30 years. It doesn't take, all I got to do is look at it, and it's like there's something wrong. And I can usually figure out where the error might be. So I appreciate the spreadsheet that has everything summarized, but if you can just create a spreadsheet that just pukes everything.
Yeah, even all of this stuff up here where you're setting these variables, all of these right here, even put out those, because what we might find out is that possibly the wrong ask is getting pulled in, or maybe one of these option IDs are incorrect and it's pulling in a wrong value for just one side of it. But if we have all of them there, then we can find that out really quick, and otherwise we're kind of just searching.
Yeah, I mean, having to do what we're doing right now.
Right.
If we had everything, it's like, there's that.
Go ahead.
If you just dump everything, it makes it easier for me to find the source of where the error might be.
Right.
Typically these things have there's going to be a common thread where something's getting added wrong, and it could be something as simple as there's a comma, and there's a comma in a place, and it might be moving a decimal point over one spot or something. But if you just dump everything, and then we can figure out what's right about it. And right now, just based on what James just did right there, it does look like everything's being pulled in correctly, but we can't be sure.
Okay, so for
that really quickly, like that takes almost no time with how our code is set up to put those values, to call those values. So we could do that, and I think we could do it in a matter of like 15, 20 minutes. If you all want to meet later today, we could do that and show you that.
I don't know if we'll have an opportunity to meet. We've got to prepare for a big marketing push at 4:30 to 5:30. But if you can get it to me, if you can just get tell me where the file is.
Yeah.
I'll download it and look at it this evening, and then I'll be able to get something back to you by the end of before 10 o'clock tonight.
Okay, we can have this part done by then easily. Like I don't think this is going to take very long at all to put those values into our data array, and then how we're calling it should be really simple.
Excellent.
For grins and giggles, I think if we could just, if this seems just like one problem here is like the sum of the bids and the asks. If we could just step through this very, very quickly I think that would be very helpful for us.
Okay,
All right.
one more thing. You've got the same error on the values as well.
Yeah, yeah, and I can just tell you, like, we can do this real quick, but these are the two option IDs, and if I pull those two option IDs, I have a feeling.
So if we went through and made sure that every value was correct from this query, so like we double checked the option IDs to make sure that they were good, we made sure that the sums were correct. If we got it to a point like that and then said, hey guys, we validated that all of this data is indeed correct, is that a good point to move forward from?
Yeah, absolutely. Because then
Yeah.
we say, all right, we've got the correct data. Then it's just something. There's either a comma. I don't think that there's a math error because you're getting the correct information in some rows. So I don't think it's a math error. I think it's that there's either a comma or a decimal point that is being transposed, and it's because you can't create a computer formula and put in good data and get the wrong answer. You in some rows you've got the correct formula, the correct data, and you've got the correct answer. And
Like right here, this is just the same thing. You should have 7, which I think is the same thing we had
yeah,
in there. And when we look at the database, you all have 3. It's like it should be lower, but it shouldn't be that low.
right.
So I think you all are pulling everything correctly from the database. It's just validating. And after you validate it, and like you all could even do that, you could check and these equations that you're doing there and here and there and here, and just say, do these line up with the raw data? If I do it on paper or in Excel, do I get the same thing that I'm getting in the spreadsheet? Then we know all the data's right. And I think then Don's idea is after that, then we can get into, okay, now they're sorting out all the deciles correct, and
Yeah, but that's later.
and we get there. But that's after all the data
Yeah.
is correct at first.
I looked at the decile data, and that actually looked like it was going to be correct
Right.
once it got the right data in.
Right. So it looks like that your end equations are right and the data that you're fetching are right. Just a couple things in the middle.
Yeah, there's something, and I guarantee you, the good news is it's not a date problem.
Yeah, it's not a date problem.
Because you're getting the correct data. I think it's got to be something like a decimal point. No,
No,
because
there's
you wouldn't go from 3 to 7. That's by half.
yeah. I mean, here, I wish the first one that we pulled in was incorrect, or I wish we could just get HLF, which I'm sure we can. Actually, let me think about this. I think in your all's code, you have a thing for. Oh,
That's not active.
yeah. I was going to say I could just put in a ticker symbol, but I think you all are getting all ticker symbols.
Yes.
But anyhow, yeah, that would my first thing to fix that would be to output everything, and then to find where it's wrong at in your code. All you need to do is where you
prior to this query, where you're getting upper and lower strikes, you're getting this from somewhere. Like you're doing this from somewhere. So I think you have, maybe it's the volatility difference or something that's outputting those equity IDs.
Yes, volatility. That script up there is what gets all those.
Yeah. So I think if you, I mean, for debugging purposes, if you really just got this bit of code and put it down here, and you got this bit of code, and you put it down here, and you put in just the equity ID, I think that's it, and then we'll make the ticker, what was it, Herbalife
38813.
38813.
Uh-huh.
Okay, and then what's the ticker?
HLF. Oh, I'm sorry.
You're
No,
on.
no, no. I thought you asked. I was remember the equity ID, not the
Oh, it's 19.
9.
19 and HLF. HLF. And now we have an array. And just to make sure that we have the right array, we'll just unset data. Right, but now we have an array that's just Herbalife, which we know needs help. And now, if I do this, I should just get the 1, I would think. And so that's going to be, this should be Herbalife right away, which it is. So then what I would do is I would just go through here and start displaying stuff so you know where the breakdown happens at.
Okay, we can do that.
So that way you can, I mean, you could get the whole query, so you could get that. You can go down here and each one of these check. And now here's the interesting part. If we take out that die statement and that query statement, it should just do a table with Herbalife.
What was Herbalife's equity ID?
It's
38819.
38819. So if we do this, this would be really interesting. If this comes back correct, then it's something how you're storing your arrays. Yeah, see, there's something wrong there. Here's my clue is this. It's strange that you would get null there, but then you would get a result here. So something's getting shifted, more than likely.
That's what I was
There's
going to ask
something-
if it was the same shift
There's,
problem that they had before.
there's something getting shifted around. So anyhow, but that's just like a start to it, and then you all should be able to go through there though and just find out it's like, oh, here's where the data doesn't line up, and then that should be it. And I'm guessing that it's going to be the same thing for the value and the bids. I almost guarantee it's going to be the same thing. So here's something interesting. I'll let you all figure it out.
Yeah. Just print the thing. Get the file output.
Yeah.
And
then that's the other thing is after you go through it and you all think you have it validated, then just dump out a CSV with all the fields in there, and Don can take a look at it real quick and
put the link in Asana or email it to me.
yeah, email it to Don. Do you have his email address?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Just email me the link and I'll go get it.
Okay.
All right.
Guys, I want to reiterate, you're doing a great job. It's just this last little bit is really can be really frustrating. But you've done it. You've done a good job. You've been very diligent. Really great communication. So I'm really I can't say enough good things about you, your work, and Professor P is going to find out about the quality of your workmanship. So I'm really pleased with the effort that you guys have brought to this project. It would really be nice to get that last little bit done and have it working just perfectly. So, but I want to thank you.
Appreciate that.
No, you're welcome. I sincerely mean it.
Thank
All
you.
right. So just shoot Don an email and then let me know, and we can try to do another one of these meetings. It's going to be real hard because we have this marketing thing here that starts in 15 minutes, and then we actually have the actual marketing piece is tomorrow night.
Mm-hmm.
And
We might be able to do it tomorrow morning after 10.
Yeah.
Basically, from 10 to 3, we've got to be wrapped up by 3 o'clock tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if you all have any time there,
Or Friday morning, 10 to noon.
10 to noon. Yeah, we don't have much at all on Friday.
Okay, so tomorrow 10 to 3, and then Friday 10 to noon.
Yeah, any times around there that works for you all.
We'll try to get something together.
Okay.
But we'll be back and forth,
Via email and stuff like that.
email and text, and you've got our cell phones, I think. So.
And if you isolate it down and just can't get it from there, just let me know, and I'll take a look at it and see what I can do.
All right. The very first thing we're going to do, though, is get all those values that you want. That's going to take.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. That's tonight.
And make sure that you implement that other fix. That was another thing. I don't know if you saw up here, but I mean it's a real
line.
Yeah, it's like a one-line thing right here. And what happens when you go through this,
Mhm.
each equity would go through, and some of the equities didn't have valid close data, or they would basically you couldn't find any options, or it was illiquid or something like that. Well, it would use the close from the prior stock because you never unset close. So when you dump it out, it would have, like, Herbalife was good, but then the next one, like Alcoa, was bad. Alcoa wouldn't have a close, but since you didn't unset it, when it got down here to your check for if there's a close that's null, it was like, no, I got a good close, but it's from Herbalife.
Okay.
That's when the close data started to not make sense at all. And you're getting so many trades. I was like, man, you all are getting a ton of trades. Where are these coming from? But that's why, because you were getting illiquid stocks mixed in.
Okay. All right. Thank you for finding that.
No problem. But that's like that thing took. It's like a 20-minute or something like that find, because you have to kind of go through everything until you figure out where it's at. So if you all get close or you think that you know where something's at, but it just doesn't make sense, let me know, and I'll try to see if I can figure it out.
Okay.
Okay?
All right. Thank you.
No problem. We'll talk to you all later.
Yep. See ya.